Get ready for an unfiltered dose of reality straight from the streets. Introducing the Ask a Cop podcast on YouTube. Join Daryl Triplett, a seasoned 30-year vet, and Jeff Blair, a no-nonsense 14-year vet, as they dive deep into law enforcement. They're here to break down barriers and answer your burning questions. Curious? Visit askacop.live. Ask a Cop every Thursday at 8 p.m. Subscribe now at askacop.live. It's time to Ask a Cop.
And ladies and gentlemen, we are back again on our, what is this, 17th or 18th episode? What is this, 18th episode, folks? We are back. They have not canceled us yet. We're back with the Ask a Cop podcast. Everybody knows the reason why we do this podcast is for you out there, none other than you out there. So people, if you have any questions, we want you to hit that text message. We want to ask the questions. We want to answer all of your questions. Believe me when I tell you, Jeff Player's off again today. He's back on assignment, but we got a great show lined up for you today. Now, everybody knows this has been one hell of a week with this whole election thing. Now, I know that some people are nervous about what's going on with the election and what's coming up with the election and stuff like this. But what I want to tell people is this here. From the Ask a Cop program, we believe in equality for everyone, period, point blank. That's Republicans, that's Democrats, that's independents, that's everyone. Because as police officers, we have to put our lives on the line for everybody. So we try not to play politics on the show, but however, we will speak the truth. Hey, let's see who else we got coming on in here. We got everybody like and share the live. Amazing baby, Ramsey, what's up? Hello, everybody. Y'all like and share the live. Jeff's off today, like I said. He'll be back next week, hopefully, if he's back from the assignment or whatever. But I know everybody's eager to get into what's going on with the show and all that other good jazz. I will tell you guys this here, that not only has it been a long week for you guys, it's been a long week for us as police, because we've had to answer all of these bomb threats and terrorist threats, and I'm going to shoot up this place and I'm going to shoot up that place. And one thing I will say, and I said I was going to say this at the top of our show, as Americans, as the land of the free, and for what our fathers and forefathers fought for, we should almost be ashamed of ourselves, because this is a democratic society. And in a democratic society, the people have the choice. So yes, some of the people got their way with the election. Some of the people did not get their way with the election. At the end of the day, it's a democratic society, and we all have to still join forces and still live and come together in this one place we call United States of America. So with that being said, folks, we have a great show lined up for you today. We have some disturbing information that we're going to talk about today. And one of them is, how in God's green earth in 2024 do we still have police officers shooting unarmed men? It just amazes me every single time that I hear this in 2024, that this type of nonsense is going on. And we're going to get into that today, and we're going to get into it strong. Oh, thank you so much. Amazing baby. Great to be here. Ramsey, glad to see you again. You guys like and share the live. Everyone like and share the live, so we can get some more people in here or whatever. Again, one of the things that I've always said, now I'm not meaning this for any political purpose when I say this, although there was one person that was saying this about how crime is down. I know you guys saying that we beat this every week over the head, and we do, because I believe that you're playing politics on officers who've given their lives for people like you that could sit up there and use their death for political gain. And we all know, it's just not right. Okay. So, again, we have another fallen officer, and this is a very sad one. All of them are sad. all of them are sad when we have fallen police officers all over the world. We're going to play tribute to them here on this show for 1 minute, like we always say. And this one is, what's up, Rams? This one is especially sad because this kid's like 24 years old. He's 24 years old. He had the rest of his life to go and was gunned down on a traffic stop. So without further hesitation or reservations, we're going to pay tribute to this young fallen soldier, this hero, starting right now for 1 minute. And for Officer Martinez, rest easy, brother. Rest easy. We'll carry it on from here. It's just sad because this kid was 24 years old, the rest of his life, and he's given it up to serve and protect our communities, people like you and me, so that we could walk free and talk crap and all that other stuff. But most of us love the police. Most of us love what we do, and they respect it. But there are some of us that still talk crap about us and stuff like that, and that's okay. That's what else is a part of a democratic society. That's what gives you the ability to be able to talk crap and still come out here and live in a free society and do whatever you want and talk crap for the same people who's got to lay down their life for you and give up their life for you. So the democratic society does. So, okay, here. Where is Jer? You mean Jeff. Jeff is on assignment right now. Yeah, thank you. May his soul rest in peace. Jeff is on assignment, so he's not here right now this week here with us. But again, we have an amazing show lined up for everybody. Hey, Aziz, how you doing, buddy? Thank you guys for coming on in here. We're up to 19. Oh, just went up to 2,314. Is that right, producer? Yeah, 2,314 streams right now. Thank you guys for coming on in here. We had a great show last week. It was Halloween, but we had a great show anyway. Halloween. I know a lot of y'all was out trick or treating and all this other stuff, and I'm glad we got through it. So right now, what we're going to do, we're going to go on to our next segment of the show, which is our trivia question coming up. You know the trivia questions. We're going to give away the free T-shirts. Again, folks, trust me, the T-shirts are coming. We're having issues with our people. We already told you about that, so everybody knows about that. So we'll go ahead and get started on the trivia questions as of now here. Okay. Oh, hold on. I'm sorry. Before we do that, our producer is cueing me for a commercial. So we got to pay some bills real quick, and then we will be right back with our trivia questions from there. All right. So stay tuned. Don't click off. Click and send it to other people. Don't click off. We'll be right back.
With over 50 years of experience and a perfected 100% American-made manufacturing process, Tallman Pools sets the standard for excellence in fiberglass pools, spas, and tanning ledges. That's right, our pools aren't just pools, they're works of art, meticulously crafted to bring beauty, relaxation, and endless enjoyment to your backyard. And when it comes to quality, Tallman Pools doesn't cut corners. Ready to take the plunge? Contact Tallman Pools today at 770-478-2257 or shoot us an email at contactus@tallmanpools.com. Visit us at 8993 Tara Boulevard, Jonesboro, Georgia 30236. Tallman Pools, where luxury meets craft.
Where luxury meets craftsmanship. That's what that always says. I love when it does that. Okay, I'm your boy, Daryl Triplett. I'm the host of the show, Ask a Cop Show here. Next, we're going into the trivia question games here, people. Winner of the show gets free t-shirts from the Ask a Cop Show here. All right, at the end of the show, we're going to show you how to get it. We're going to show you the email your sizes, your address to there. Our producers will make sure your name goes on the list so that you can get a free Ask a Cop t-shirt. All right, I don't have mine on today. I got my patriotic t-shirt on here today. All right, so the producer just put it up. Okay, number one. All right, what kind of merchandise can be found on the Ask a Cop website? Letter A, I always say number, but letter A, underwear, watches, and keychains. And letter B, Ask a Cop podcast apparel. And letter C, police gear. All right, A, B, or C. First one gets it. The producer's going to put the first one on the screen. I'll do it again. Letter A, underwear, watches, and keychains. Letter B, Ask a Cop podcast apparel. Or letter C, police gear. What kind of merchandise can be found on the Ask a Cop website? Which answer do you think is correct? Someone said C, police gear. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Someone said B, Ask a Cop podcast and apparel. Who else is out there? Who else is out there? We got a B here. We got anything else? Take me a swig and we're going to do a drum roll. Someone else said B. Ramsey said B. Farque said B. Okay, drum roll. The correct answer is B. Ask a Cop podcast and apparel. And our winner of that segment was, pull them up, Aziz was the first one to answer that question with B. All right, Aziz. All right. So we're going to tell you how to get your t-shirt to you, Aziz. Someone said C. No, the correct answer was B. Ask a Cop podcast apparel was the correct answer. Okay. Trivia number two. Trivia number two is, okay, you can take down Aziz, producer. Trivia number two. How can social media be used to enhance community policing? Now, this is a good one. How can social media be used to enhance community policing? Letter A, by providing a platform for communication, sharing information, and building relationships with the community. B, by enforcing traffic laws. C, by tracking criminal activity in real time. How can social media be used to enhance community policing? All right. Which one do y'all think? What answer do you think? A, B, or C? Okay, Farque says A, by providing a platform for communication, sharing information, and building relationships with the community. Anybody else? Anybody else? A, B, or C? Which one do y'all think? How can social media be used to enhance community policing? Boy, I got a statement on that one, boy, because it could be a couple of them. Okay, Farque says, okay, Muffy says A. Anybody else? Anybody else out there? Renzi says B, by enforcing traffic laws online. Those school cameras, huh? Anybody else out there? That it? We will do a drum roll, please. Correct answer is A, by providing a platform for communication, sharing information, and building relationships with the community. So when we're looking at, and the Farque, is the correct answer and wins that round. So when we're looking at community policing and using social media to enhance community policing, that is a platform for communication, because a lot of criminals, a lot of people get caught. And I'll tell you one, which is a big trial right now. Well, it just sort of ended. Is the a trial with Young Thug. All right, that's what they did to them. They went back to all their social media pages and stuff like that. So sometimes you can sort of tell on yourself also. So you got to be careful about that. If you're going to break law, you got to be careful about that. Cracking criminal activity in real time and all that other stuff, not really so much. So not really so much. So the correct answer is A there. So we got a winner there. All right. So the next one is, we got a good show for y'all lined up, boy. I can't wait to get into this. We got a sort of, it's going to be a very in-depth show, but boy, we got a good one. What is the unique approach that, oh God, here we go. What's the unique approach? Which unique approach does Daryl Triplett use in his comedy podcast? A, heavy satire and sarcasm. Thank you. B, a blend of humor with real-life experiences to discuss serious issues in a relatable way. Well, I guess that's just the correct answer she just put up right there. Our producers just screwed up. She's over there cracking up. She's just shaking her head. But the correct answer to that one is B, folks. All right, it's already up there now. You can't unscrew that duck. Right there, boy. Yeah. Someone said B. Yeah, you think? Oh God. Hey, well, I tell you what. Since you were the first one, who's the person that said B? Go ahead and give it to him anyway. We're going to give. Who was that again? I can't see. Who was that? Ignigney. All right. At the end, we're going to give it to Ignigney just for being a good sport, because that's funny as hell. She said B. So we're going to show you how to, on this next slide, how to get your Ask a Cop shirt and all this other stuff. I believe. Now, is there one more question? Yeah. No, contest winners, be sure you got 5 days to email info@askacop.live. And then you can, with your shirt size and your address where you want it to and stuff like that. If you're out of the country, which we broadcast worldwide, we have people listening to us from all over. We're up to 3,685 streams right now. We got people listening to us from all over the world, and I don't take that lightly. So please put down your correct information, and we will be sure to get your T-shirts out to you and stuff like that. Someone said, who said they're new here? Lil Tech said they're new. Welcome, Lil Tech. We love to have you here. We're glad that you're here. I love this question and answer stuff. Well, yeah, we started that because, we're going to talk crap. We're going to have fun on the show. We're going to usually Lil Tech, I tell you, we got our cigars. We usually got our drinks here, our bourbon and stuff like that. And we're talking crap and we're having fun and stuff like that. And we make it very interactive with you guys out there. And that's the whole thing with us, making it very interactive with you guys, because without you guys out there would not be us in here. So yeah, we do the question and answer thing. So the next slide that's coming up, we're going to get into a little bit of this here. Ooh, okay, here we go. So people, we just had the election, and I know there are a lot of people that are upset. I know that there are a lot of people that are freaking steaming mad on both sides of the aisle. But people, I want to tell you this here. I've said it once, I'll say it again. Ever since old Abe Lincoln got shot in the back of the head in the theater, the United States of America is going to still push forward. Period, point blank. We ain't going nowhere. So no matter who is sitting in that seat, we're going to still forge forward anyway. There's no need to try to kill anybody. There's no need of me, a Democrat and a Republican arguing, a Republican Democrat arguing and fist fighting and all that other stuff. We're not barbarians. But one thing that is very interesting with me that I see here on this map is that a lot of states have turned red. That used to be blue. 4,672. Keep pushing, people. Everybody share the link. Everybody share the link. This is too important not to. So, as you can see here, states that were typically blue, the Democratic side of it, a lot of them have turned red. Now, I don't know. I have a perception of why that is. I do have an opinion on why that is. And we're going to jump into it, okay? We're going to jump into it here. And, you know, some of you may disagree with me, which is fine. Some of you may agree with me, which is fine. But at the end of the day, you have your right to your opinion, and I have my right to my opinion. So it is what it is, you know, and that's what makes us have a democratic society right now. Okay, so this next slide that we got coming up here is just something that they put in the stack here, and we're going to talk about this one too. Whoops, what the fuck? Trump 2025. Wonder if Russia needs a DA, Penny Willis, District Attorney, Ford County. Y'all need to stop it. Y'all need to stop it. She looks a little worried. But let me tell you this here, people. In all seriousness here, all seriousness. Yeah, it's a little mean, whatever. Y'all know I got to be honest. Okay? Y'all know I got to be honest here. And I want to see I got to see some chats here. Hold on a minute. I got to see some chats coming up on the screen here. Okay. All right. We're going to do overlay here. And here we go. All right. I got to be honest. And let's talk about this Fannie Willis thing for just a second here. Somebody said fantastic. So here's the thing. I believe, and my opinion may be in minority, but I do not think that those charges was warranted against Trump. Now, okay. So before, I know some of you will say, well, he tried to overthrow the election and he was trying to tell people to find different votes and all this other stuff, right? So me having a discussion with someone, a general discussion with someone, saying, "Hey guys, come on, let's find 5,000 more votes." Or guys, can we do this? Can we do this? Can we do that? Whatever. Right? You sure you're looking right? Right? You sure you counted every vote? Right? Okay, that's different from me saying that, hey, I need you to go steal some votes from the Democratic side and take them to the Republican side so that I can get more votes or whatever. So one of my buddies the other day said, well, that would be equivalent for me like asking you to buy me a 9mm gun with hollow points bullets in it. And I said, well, that may be weird. It may be uncouth, but it's not illegal. So the justice system, you have to have a legal factual basis for it. So that's the whole problem that I had with the whole thing with the Fannie Willis trial going after him, is that you once again weaponize the government to come after a political figure. That's the problem that I have. Not that it's Democrat versus Republican. It just so happened to be a Democrat coming after a Republican, but just because you don't like someone because of their political views or someone says something that you don't agree with, people say fuck the police all the time. They say fuck the police all the time. Do I get to go out there and plant dope in their car and just use the government stuff? Has it happened before? Hell yes. Is it right? Hell no. Should they be prosecuted? Hell yes. Okay. But this is the thing of what I'm saying. In a free democratic society, you got a right to say whatever you want as long as it's not threatening nobody, no type of hate crime and stuff like that. And you should not weaponize the government for political views. Now, never in a million years do I think Fannie thought that he was going to get back reelected. That's what's so funny about wonder if Russia needs a DA. So to me, I'm like this. Listen, if someone deserves charges put on them, then by God bless you, that's what it is. But quit fucking with people. Okay? All right, quit fucking with people. All right. If someone needs charges put on them, then it is what it is. All right. If you go out here, you do something stupid, whatever. And like I told my friend, I said, listen, that would be different. It would be totally different that if you say, Daryl, go find me a gun, hollow point bullets, so I can go to Bank of America, rob and shoot the bank manager in the head. Now that's totally different. Okay, you see the difference there. That's totally freaking different. So I mean, I think it's serious about what she did, because I think, she weaponized the government to go after this man for some bullshit. And I'm sorry, I just got to keep it real. And that's how I've always felt about it. And if it was me that did something like that, someone that did not have the stature or the money to be able to afford the best legal defense teams, like me or you, or maybe you guys have the money to afford the best legal defense team, but my money only goes so far. All right. And then where's that left at? You're sitting in jail, rotting in jail to your trial date for a year or two. That's the same thing that we went through with Young Thug, that this was the longest trial so far in history in the state of Georgia. And this dude, he had all the money and he still had to sit there. Now, I'm not saying in the Young Thug case that these guys were freaking angels, because there were some fucking thugs and they were murderers and everything else. And the truth is just the truth. I like rap just as fine as anybody else, but the truth is the fucking truth. And it is what they is. And they was a gang and they were killing people and they needed to be stopped. But however, again, old Fanny foobarred this whole thing. Okay. And that's just the truth. What it is, what it is. Okay, so it is what it is. So I like that little meme there. I wonder if Russia needs a DA. I don't know, Fanny. I don't know. What do you think? I don't know. You can always put your application in and see what they say. All right, on to the next slide there. So as you can see, most of the states have turned red. Now, when I seen that, it really made me think, stop and pause of why did this happen? And I want you guys, I'm going to ask you guys some questions, and I want you guys to answer these questions also along with me about what you think. Oh, yeah. Dennis, you missed the question and answers. Yes, bro, you did. But we're on to something. Why voters chose Donald Trump over Kamala Harris? Why did voters choose Donald Trump over Kamala Harris? Now, what I'm going to do, here's how this is going to work. I'm going to read a question to you, and then I'm very curious to see what you guys type in. Now, each of these, we're going to spend, we have about 10 of these to go through, so we're going to spend about a minute on each of these. Now, some of these we could talk about all day long. I'm very clear on that. But we're going to spend about a minute on each of these before we got to go on to another one. So let's talk about economic policies impacts. All right. Question number one. How did Donald Trump's economic policy, such as tax reduction and deregulations, influence voters to choose him over Kamala Harris in the 2024 election? Okay. Anybody got any answers to that? How did Donald Trump's economic policy, such as tax reductions, deregulations, influence voters to choose him over Kamala Harris in the 2024 election? I'm going to see if I can take, hold on a second. I'm going to see if I can take this off. There we go. All right, good. We're good. And I'll put this back on. Okay. All right. Well, I'll tell you, it's real simple to me. When I was following the whole thing, now y'all talked about me like a damn dog when I did my interviews on News Nation. Okay, I'm not saying y'all that are following us on here, but black folk talked about me like a damn dog. They called me Uncle Tom sellout, this, that, the other. When I said, to me, Kamala Harris wasn't it. I'll say it loud and I'll say it proud. And that's the truth. She was not it. I think she was a quick pick by the Democrats. I think she was not a responsible pick by the Democrats. And I think it was a knee-jerk reaction because she was a Black woman. And the Democrats said, well, you got Trump, who's supposed to be a racist, going against a Black woman. I think we could win this one. And they just threw Kamala in there, right? They just threw her in there because, hey, let's do it, right? And so when you do that sloppy like that, Kamala didn't have a plan. Out of all the debates that I heard, Kamala did not have any type of plan. Now, she talked about a lot of good stuff when she was a kid and how Obama was struggling and how they took care of him and all this other good stuff. And I'm sure she's perfectly fine and nice as a person, but I didn't hear a plan. All right. So number 2, question. Let's talk about public safety concerns now. This is a big one. This is a big one. In what way did Trump emphasize public safety and crime reduction, and how did it resonate with the voters to contribute to his victory? In what way did Trump emphasize public safety? Well, he talked about border patrols, okay? He talked about crime in America. He talked about how other countries are kicking their residents out of their countries to come to the United States because he said, because I thought Obama was not in support of Trump. I don't think Obama is in support of Trump. I don't think Obama is in support of Trump. I think Obama is against Trump because he's a Republican, or Trump is a Republican. He's a Democrat. But I don't know if you want to elaborate on that. Who was that? Bring that up on the big screen because I want to see that, please. Fab who? Fab Dame. Who? Oh, Fab Dame. Okay, yeah, I want to see that. Elaborate on that. Elaborate on that. Yeah. So again, he talked about public safety. She didn't give a clear freaking understanding on anything about public safety. All right, and that's what I think. Don't piss on me and tell me it's rain. And when I look at this map, I hear a lot of rain. She's telling me it's rain, but it's really piss. And it is what it freaking is over here. So yeah, so we talked about that and resonated with people on that. Okay, middle class appeal. Next slide. Middle class appeal. Question. Trump promises, oh, come on now. This is it. This is it right here. Okay. Trump promises to eliminate overtime taxes was a significant part of his campaign. How did this appeal to middle class and affect over voters' decisions? It was huge. It was freaking huge. Okay? Listen. This is what I don't understand. Is Democrats, hold on. Democrats are supposed to be for the middle class and the poor, not for the rich and the mighty. Okay, I get that part. All right, thumbs up, fine, whatever. My question is this here, and I said this on one of my interviews, and nobody fucking got with me on this. I said, let me ask you a question. Why did it take a Republican to come up with this solution right here? So if you want to expedite money to the general public, which is the United States of America, he's talking about eliminating taxes on overtime. Now that would have an immediate direct effect on us, the citizens. So think about this. If I work, it's simple math. I'll keep it simple. Let's say I worked overtime once a week and it equaled up to $500 a week, right? That I've worked overtime with. Well, when I get my paycheck, 40% of that $500 is going to be taken out for taxes. So you'll get $300 and something, whatever it is. My math ain't too good, so don't go fact checking me on that. You'll get $300 something, roughly, whatever, on that. All right. What he's saying is, okay, y'all, the middle class needs relief. The poor needs relief. You need money? Fine. I'll tell you how we'll do it. We're going to eliminate the taxes. So now you work $500 worth of overtime a week. That's $500, $500, $500, $500. That's an extra $2,000 a month for you. That's your fucking rent right there, most of us. That is an immediate effect on our pockets. As people of color, white people, Chinese people, Spanish people, everybody. Those are the type of solutions that I look for in a president. And I'm sorry. So my question is, again, y'all jab me if I'm wrong. Why the fuck didn't the Democrats think of this? Why didn't the Democrats think of this? Bring that up. Keep bringing them up, producer. Keep bringing them up. Why didn't the Democrats think of this? Since you are for the poor and you're for the middle class, why didn't the Democrats think of this? That's the problem that I have with the same old Democratic thinking. That's the problem that I have. Is the Republicans right always? Hell no, they're not always right always. But when we are in a time, 2024, no one should be living paycheck to paycheck. And then don't give me no bullshit false promises. Okay? Don't piss on me and tell me it's rain, because that's what I get from the Kamala Harris's camp. So yeah, that appealed to middle class. It's right here. It appealed to middle class. Look at the map. It turned red everywhere. I can't help it y'all didn't think of this shit. But y'all supposed to be for the middle class and the poor. You ain't for the middle class and the poor. And this was a clear election that everybody knew it. Okay. Leadership perception. Many voters saw Trump as a strong and decisive leader. How important was this perception of leadership swaying voters to compare voters compared to Harris's leadership style? Well, I will say this. I've been a cop for 30-something years, right? And I could tell you now that most people have been screwed over in some type of way, shape, form, or fashion by the government, whether it's bogus charges, a bogus speeding ticket, whether it's a bogus arrest, whatever it is. So a lot of Americans can relate to this. So his leadership style, I think he beat the Democrats out. Many voters saw Trump as strong and a divisive leader with all the shit that he was going through. Hell, this man done been jailed, ostracized. He's been talked about. He's been kicked on, shot at twice, or well, almost twice. Once he got shot. Twice the dude was going to shoot at him. There was another third incident, I think, somewhere where someone else tried to bring a gun in. And I think that resonates with people that this guy is a fighter. And that's what people want. We're tired of losing as Americans. And that's just the truth. We get screwed over on every angle. And we love the rest of the world. We love the rest of the world. And don't get me wrong, we love the rest of the world. But we just can't keep getting screwed over. Uh-oh. Fani Willis legal actions. How did Fani Willis legal actions against Trump in Georgia influence the public opinion and voter behavior in the 2024 election? Well, again, like I just said, a lot of people seen themselves in Trump. Black men, white men, females, everything. They seen themselves in Trump because I think 99% of the public knew that those charges that she brought against Trump was bullshit. You could say whatever you want to say. It's about doing it. As long as you're not threatening anybody's life, as long you're having a conversation on the phone with someone, a general conversation. You're not telling them to go out and to break the law. You're saying, hey guys, come on, we can't find 5,000 more votes here. I mean, we're sure we're looking right, blah, 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 blah. I'm not telling you to do anything. All right. I'm not saying, listen, we're going to meet at 9 o'clock on the corner of High and Main Street. We're going to rob this bank and we're going to go in the back door. We're going to wear a mask. None of that. The dude is having a simple freaking conversation. Whether he was upset or not, it doesn't make a difference. The dude's having a freaking conversation. And I think that's where it's a disconnect with most Americans, because we know how it feels to be fucked over. Me included. Don't think because you wear no badge, you don't get fucked over. That's for sure. Bring up our cue. What does it say? To be honest, I don't think Kamala Harris has the capacity to win over Trump. Rise from the beginning. I didn't think so neither. And me and you were on the same page, Q, because I said it in my first news interview that I did. I said, listen, she's not it. It was a quick pick from the Democrats that was lazy. And everybody went in on me. Everybody went in on me. I said, I didn't give a fuck. I don't care. All right. I stand on my own 2 feet, 10 toes down. I don't need a fucking babysitter. I don't need a fucking babysitter. All right. If you disagree with me, great. Fantastic. You just disagree with me. I still love you, but we just disagree on this. And I'm not going to be bullied. I got family members right now who will not talk to me because I said I wasn't voting for Kamala Harris. Well, you're just going to be one non-talking motherfuckers then, because I'm not going to be swayed by that either. You got your right to your opinion, and I will respect your opinion wholeheartedly. You ain't no Uncle Tom sellout. You ain't nothing in my book. We just have a fucking difference of opinion. That's all it is. Who's that? Hey, that's my girl, Lucy. What's up? Lucy said, I voted for tacos and burritos 24. But listen, Lucy, do you feel me on this, though? Listen, I'm not saying that, I told my daughters, I said, listen, honey, I don't care who you vote for. Just get out and vote. It doesn't make a difference to me who you vote for. Just get out and vote. You have your right to your opinion, and I got my right to my opinion. And if you vote for Trump, I'm not mad at you. If you vote for Harris, I'm not mad at you. So I believe truly in my heart that vote for who you want to vote for, who you think that will improve your life. I don't think that we should be mad and upset and fighting each other and saying fuck you and this and all this other stuff. Hey, let me tell you something. They don't say that to the damn drug boys running around doing these drive-bys and shooting and killing these kids on accident and stuff like that. They don't give them that much hell. So yeah, I think Fannie Willis, I said the minute they posted his mugshot up, I said, congratulations, Trump, you just got reelected. I said that. Because as soon as that happened, I knew it. Okay. Voters' sentiments on legal issues. Did Trump's legal battles enhance his image as a fighter against the establishment, and how did these sentiments impact his supporter base? Well, we just talked about that. It absolutely had an impact on his campaign, because the only thing that Americans could relate to is being screwed over and being able to fight through it. So yeah, I think they did him a favor. All right, I think they did him a favor. Was I always in favor of what Trump says and stuff like that? No, I've not been. There's been some things that he said that I don't agree with. But if you're going to put him and Kamala Harris in a box and ask me to check one, it ain't going to be Kamala Harris to win, I'll tell you that. That's just my opinion, though. I pay my taxes. Okay, shift in Democratic states. Now, this is an interesting one because we're looking at this map here, and there's a reason why these producers are showing you this map on every side. Let's see here. Lucy says, for our queue, I couldn't pick. What does that? Bring that up, please. For our queue, I truly couldn't pick. I have major issues with both. And you know what, Luce? I agree with you. There's major issues on both sides. Major issues on both sides. But the way that I felt was that I can't not vote and risk. Listen, everybody says you got a problem with a black female bill. No, I don't. No, I don't. If it was a qualified black female candidate, I would have been in support of it if she had great ideas and stuff like that. Absolutely, positively. But I'm not going to go to the unknown when at least I know what I'm be dealing with on the other hand. And we know that Trump was already in there for 4 years. We know that Jim Crow didn't come back, slavery didn't come back, all that other bullshit they keep talking about, Project 2025 or whatever the fuck it was, that none of that shit happened. So at least I know what I'm dealing with this. And guess what? This motherfucker's a fighter. And I can relate to fighting. I've been fighting all my life. I wish I had that song. I wish they could cue that song. All my life I had to fight. So I can relate to that. All right. So this is interesting. Shift in Democratic states. Hold on a minute. Yeah, shift in Democratic states. What were the main reasons some traditionally Democratic states shifted their support to Republican candidates in 2024 elections? So again, we just talked about this. It's the fight. It's the bullshit with the government. It's the fake charges. It's the fake news. It's everything that we hate as Americans and it's just the people all over the world when our governments do this to us. And by the way, this just doesn't have to be the U.S. It could be anywhere in the world because we broadcast anywhere in the world, right? It could be anywhere in the world. We hate when our government do this. The government is supposed to be for the people, by the people. And when you have certain people who get in the government and then do bullshit stuff, it leaves a bad taste in our mouth, and we don't have a choice then because we got to vote for someone, right? Okay. Well, we talked about that. Media influence. Did the media narratives and coverage differences between the conservative and the liberals outline the shape of voter participation in the Harris campaign? Again, I got to say it. I mean, I got to say the truth. It wasn't a day these motherfuckers wasn't bashing Trump in the media. And what does Farku say? Pull that up, please. He says people crave for what that they will benefit from the most. That's very true. I mean, and look at that damn map. That map went totally red just about. It's 90%, 95% damn red just about. It's crazy. I was not expecting that. But I believe that the media influence had a lot to do with that too. Because I think that when you keep trash talking someone and trash talking them and trash talking them and trash talking them, I think first off, people become tone deaf to it. That's why I never thought that was a good That was never a good pick for her to do that when you're running a campaign is really trash talk someone constantly like that. You got to have your own issues, your facts. You got to have your own plans. Hey, this is how we're going to do this. This is how we're going to do this because this is what the people want. Blah, 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 right? So when you don't have that and you just trash talk someone, I think that media influence could come down and it could be a detrimental effect, which it was. Who's that there? I can't see. Who? Chica K. Bring her up. Let me see what she says. That is main fact about people. Well, that's true. I mean, if the facts are, you like me, the facts are just the facts. I don't care how we get there. The facts are just the facts. Just give me the raw dog facts. All right. And then people saying, oh, he's a convicted felon and this and that, and this and that. Listen, let me tell you something. I said this once before. I'll say it loud. I don't ever want to hear a convicted felon say, I can't find a job. You could be the president of the United States, for God's sakes, and be a convicted felon. Come on, you ain't trying. Get out there, get into it, right? So, yeah, does that bother me? No. Do you know why it doesn't bother me as a convicted felon? You want to know why? The biggest reason why? Because it's bullshit. They're bullshit, trumped up charges. That's the reason why it doesn't bother me. Listen, all of us, all 7 billion of us in the United States or whatever, however many of us in the United States, is one step away from pissing the right person off and you having charges put on you erroneously. So don't act like it can't be you next. And the same thing with me. Don't act like it can't be me next, because we're all one step away from having bogus charges put on us. Bring on adult tricks or treating where we get tiny bowls of liquor. I'm there. You got it. Oh, I love Lucy. That's my girl. They'll have my vote. Me and you both, Lucy. Me and you both. But, you know, it's crazy because people look at this and they say, you know, go to the next slide, a second, producer, because it talks about future implications. Considering 2024 election results, what long-term implications might these outcomes have for future? What? Oh, shoot. I'm sorry. My bad. My bad. Demographic shifts. What demographic changes were observed in the 2024 elections, and how did these shifts contribute to Trump? Well, we talked about that. All right, we talked about that. All the reasons we just listed right there. That's what went to all these states turning red versus blue. You had old black men who said, I never voted for a Republican in my life, but I'm voting for Trump. Why is that? If I was a Democrat, that would really make me scratch my head and go, where the fuck did we lose people at? I'll tell you how. By doing a knee-jerk reaction like you had with that candidate. And I love Kamala Harris. I think she's a great person, but I don't think she would make a great president at all. Maybe another female, maybe another male, a person of color, anything like that. So I don't want to hear that. And then again, don't sit there and claim to be Indian and all this other stuff, and don't claim to be black. And then when it's time for black vote, then here we go. Now I'm black. Now I got Megan Thee Stallion coming, dropping like it's hot, all this other stupid shit. That ain't how you attract educated black people. That was just that was the final nail in the coffin for me right there. I said, is this how you think you get to black people? Really? It's the most racist shit I've ever heard of. But again, that's cool. She doing it. Yeah, she know, girl. Yeah. Like everybody thought they bought their ass there to see Beyonce. If Beyonce didn't perform, and those motherfuckers start turning and walking out. Sorry, got to keep it real. Future implications. Considering the 2024 election results, what long-term implications might these outcomes have for future political strategies on both Democrats and Republicans? Well, I hope Democrats are taking notes. I hope these motherfuckers had a pen and a paper and taking fucking detailed, scrupulous notes on what to do and what not to do on the next one. Because I do think that we are a melting pot in the United States, and I think that everyone should be represented. It should not just be white, 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 white for years. As well as it shouldn't just be black, 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 black for years. We're a melting pot. So we should be represented by the people in a fair and equal election. All right. So people, we got to pay some bills real quick. We're going to be right back here and we're going to go into something that is so fucking appalling to me. It makes my skin crawl, and I can't stand it. And it's about a shooting that happened and why these fucking shootings of unarmed people keep happening in America in 2024. Don't stay tuned. We'll be right back. We got to pay some bills here. Take it away.
With over 50 years of experience and a perfected 100% American-made manufacturing process, Tallman Pools sets the standard for excellence in fiberglass pools, spas, and tanning ledges. That's right, our pools aren't just pools, they're works of art, meticulously crafted to bring beauty, relaxation, and endless enjoyment to your backyard. And when it comes to quality, Tallman Pools doesn't cut corners. Ready to take the plunge? Contact Tallman Pools today at 770-478-2257 or shoot us an email at contactus@tallmanpools.com. Visit us at 8993 Tara Boulevard, Jonesboro, Georgia 30236. Tallman Pools, where luxury meets craftsmanship.
Okay. All right, people, we're back from our commercial break. Thank you, Tallman Pools. They're a big sponsor with us. Right now, we're up to 3,161 streams in this stream. Everybody like and share this live, please. That's the only way that people know. It's the only way that people will get the truth when it comes to asking a cop certain things. We talk about everything, asking cop, police procedures and policies. We praise cops when they do good, and sometimes they make mistakes and they do bad stuff, and we address it also. We praise citizens when they do good, and when they do stupid shit, we get on them also. So we're 50-50 right down the road on the Ask a Cop show. We would like to hear your experiences and facts about being an officer. Well, I'll tell you, I've been an officer over 30 years. Started off in Ohio and moved to Georgia in 2000. And I've been here in Georgia ever since. Went through 2 police academies, and I've just been doing it since I was 21 years old. And I've had a wealth of experience with it. It's been a good journey. It's been a good ride for us. But you know, I'm on tackle that thumbs up button, and it likes it. Yes, thank you, Lucy. Love you. But yeah, I've been in the game for a little bit. Been in a lot of stuff, seen a lot of stuff, seen a lot of political stuff where people got shafted, tried to speak up. I got shafted then. Seen a lot of police abuse. I spoke up. I got shafted again. You know, so, you know, but most of all, I'm going to tell you, it's been a positive experience in this journey of mine. I've helped a lot of people in policing. I've seen a lot of shit, and you know, it's a thankless job in this arena. I will tell you that. So you can't get into this job for the money, for the fame, especially not the fortune. It's not there. You got to get into this job truly for the love of people and wanting to help and better your community. And sometimes when you're doing this, sometimes you're going to drop the ball. And as you're going to see with this officer coming up next, he dropped the ball in a big way. But I can't give him a pass on this. So I can't give him a pass on this one at all. So what we're going to do, we're going to go to the video. We're going to roll the video right now.
5 with that police officer indicted on charges after a shooting last month when he opened fire during a traffic stop.
Fox 5's Homa Bash live in Bowie with the first look at the video of that shooting. Homa?
Hey guys, good evening. The community has been asking for transparency since this happened, and today they got it with these charges filed and the release of body and dash cam video showing the shooting and exactly what led up to it. And I have to warn you, some of our viewers may find this disturbing. On September 12th at 8 a.m., Bowie Police Sergeant Robert Warrington comes across a stopped vehicle on the left shoulder near John Hanson Highway. Warrington gets out to help, but moments later fires a single shot at the passenger, who says he was getting a hat blown onto the road.
You here to help her? Are you here to help her?
Nah, she taking me in the hospital.
Come here. You got a gun.
What I do?
You got a gun.
I don't have a gun.
Stop it.
No! To be clear, the man.
Okay. Totally unacceptable. Totally fucking unacceptable. There's no amount of fucking sorry. There's no amount of nothing. This guy clearly did not have a fucking gun. And he shot at him anyway. This drives me crazy. What did Lucy say? Would she say bring her up? I have mad respect for you to come here doing these lives. So many cops, haters out there. Hey, it is what it is. You know, I appreciate you, Lucy. But again, I've always said this. Oh my God, I've seen this. Yes. But I want to address something Lucy said. We do this because there are a lot of haters out there for the police. But here's the thing, is that if I stay on one side and everybody else stays on the other side, we never know each other. We never come together. We never communicate and talk and mend our wounds by communication. If I'm on this side and you're on this side and you're saying fuck me and I'm saying fuck you, we've done that for so long, right? So how about let's talk and get to know each other, discuss why these things happen, and hopefully to God, they won't happen again. This shooting in Bowie is fucking ridiculous. Listen, I don't know what this officer thought he saw, but I don't care. You got it wrong. You got it dead wrong. And you've shot at a guy, and this guy didn't have a fucking weapon in his hand. Go on and roll the tape, man. This fucking pisses me off so bad.
Clear, the man falls to the ground, but is not hit by a bullet. The shot hits a passing vehicle, but doesn't injure anyone. Immediately, Warrington starts apologizing.
Why did you do that?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Why would you do that?
Today, Prince George's County State's Attorney Aisha Braveboy announcing a grand jury indictment against Warrington. Attempted second-degree murder, first-degree assault, misconduct in office, and 2 counts of reckless endangerment.
And all those charges are justified. All of those charges are justified. Because here's the thing, is thank God this officer, no matter what he was thinking, I don't know what this guy was thinking. I don't know. But whatever he was thinking, you got it dead wrong. And you shot at a guy. I don't know if you're so scared of, I don't know what it is, but this has gone on far too much, far too often. Whoops, my bag ain't gonna get it. I have been involved in shooting situations before, and I know they're not pleasant. But at the same time, you still got to be able to determine in your mind if this guy really is a threat to you. So thank God he didn't shoot this kid, and this kid knew to drop to the ground. But guess what? He shot, and that bullet's got to go somewhere, and it hit a fucking passing car coming by. You could have killed the person in the car. So you don't get a damn pass. You're responsible for every bullet that comes out of that fucking gun. There's no my bag. Even if that was, I'm not going to ever claim that for me, because I truly thank God, knock on wood, that I'm going to claim that one. Jesus knows that would never happen to me, because I'm going to make sure that, yeah, that's a gun I see there, and yeah, he's planning to shoot me with it. And then I'm going to light that ass up. And that's just that. And I'll go home and sleep like a baby. Lucy said, what now? What did Lucy say? Bring her up. Lucy said, he shouldn't be an officer if he can't maintain control of himself. And you're fucking right. You're right. Listen, right is right and wrong is wrong. That's the Ask a Cop show. I'm not going to get on here and bullshit you and ever try to justify that this officer, it's such a stressful job. And this, you got to take into account that this guy's under pressure and all this. I'm not giving you I'm not going to piss on you and tell you it's rain, because that's exactly what the fuck it would be. If I got on here and said some bullshit like that, I'm pissing on you and telling you it's rain. What is Lena says, oh, seriously, I'm even short of words. When I seen this, I went off. I was like, what did you say on this? The department is not justifying this shit. The DA's office ain't gonna justify this shit because it's unjustifiable. No one in their right mind can look at that and say, let's get this guy a second pass here on this thing here, right? Let's circle the wagons back up, round it back up, let's get this guy. Why the fuck are you even an officer then, if you're that scared of people? Okay. Someone said they were trained to be able to control themselves, but he's just not following his teachings. Well, you're right. He's not following his teachings and how he was trained. That's not a pass, though, because we're taught that you have to have ability, opportunity, jeopardy in order to be able to use deadly force. Luckily, this bullet didn't hit this kid. This guy, luckily, was a bad shot anyway. But still, you hit a passing car going through. You could have killed someone. So it's not just a quick wham bam, thank you, ma'am. How does this shit keep happening? We're going to get into it. Go ahead and finish playing the video, and we'll get into the rest of it.
Important that those who have been sworn to protect and serve the public really value life. And when actions of an officer or anyone, whether it's a civilian as well, show a disregard for life, the law is there to hold them accountable.
I support the grand jury's independent, objective process and decision.
For weeks, the community has questioned what led to the shooting and demanded answers. Officials want to be clear. The man who was shot at was never arrested, never charged, and has fully cooperated with the investigation. Bowie Mayor Tim Adams says transparency and integrity are key.
And we need to really understand that everybody is held accountable. And that's not prejudging anything, but also just knowing that here I'm very proud of our police department and what we've done here.
Warrenton is a 12-year veteran of the Bowie City Police Department, now suspended without pay. He has been issued a summons following today's indictment. Will have his first court appearance in the coming weeks.
Okay, so again, there's something there they said that I don't agree with. They said he was issued a summons. He should have been issued a set of handcuffs, brought down to the jail, made to post bail, all that other good shit, do the perp walk shuffle. See, you don't get a second chance on this shit. That's the whole thing. If it was a regular person who shot at someone and missed them, they're not going to give you a summons to come to court and pat you on the head. Now, there are serious charges. You would have still had to be handcuffed, put in the back of a fucking patrol car, take it down to the county jail, post a bond, get an attorney, all that other stuff. You'd have to go through the same thing. He should have to go through the same thing. It is what it is. I wonder if he was shot at and now he was scared, that would be the moment you leave. I wonder if he was shot at and now he was scared, that would be the moment you leave. Lose, it is what it is. Because if the tables was turned, if he had an accidental discharge at that officer like that, and he thought that that officer was doing something that he had to defend himself, do you think that shit would have ever flown? They would have locked his ass up right there on the scene. If that was that young boy shooting at that cop, they would have locked that ass up on the scene. And that's just the truth. So this is what I'm saying. I don't think it should be a double standard either way, because this is the only thing that teaches officers. There's a lot of mistakes you can make in this job, but that ain't one of them. There's a lot of mistakes that we could look at and say, listen, I know you're a relatively new officer, 12 years on the job, whatever. Bloop. He had 12 years on the job, so he's not even new. Bloop to bloop to bloop, you made a mistake, slap your hand, go on about your business. This ain't one of them. And this is the problem I have with giving this dude a summons. He should have had to be forced to go down to jail and everything like everybody else. Bring up Lucy one more again. She said, no, I meant if the officer was shot at before this happened. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Absolutely. There would have been no, oh, let's just give this guy a summons and bring him into court. We're going to charge him with these serious charges, but let's just give this guy a summons and bring him into court. It'd have been none of that shit. Oh, you'd have been thrown down to the ground, handcuffed, all that other shit, thrown in the back of the police car and shit talked to and all that other stuff. So yeah, absolutely. I believe what's good for one is good for the other. This is something you can't make a mistake on. So before you pull that trigger, you got to make sure of where that fucking bullet's going. You got to make sure of who you are shooting at is a credible threat to you or a threat to a immediate threat to a third person. That's Academy 101. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's Academy Rule 101, Rookie School 101. That's what that is right there. So you don't get a fucking pass in my book, and you a 12-year veteran. You knew or you should have known. I don't know what happened with that situation, to be totally honest with you. I can't even give a word for it. I can't even give a word for it. You just fucked up. I don't know. There's no excuse for that. Okay? There's no excuse for that. So I want to get into real quick, because we're running out of time here. We're running short on time. Why police shootings persist in the US of A in 2024 like this. Okay? This is the reason why I want to get into this. All right. Slide number 2. Police shootings remain, and I'm going to paraphrase some of this stuff here because we're running a little short on time a little bit. We got to get through this. Okay. Police shootings remain a highly debated issue within the U.S. A repeated case after case after case of minorities disproportionately affected. This is going to cover the factors in training gaps, officer demographics, and culture sensitivity changes. Number 3. Key statistic chain on police shootings. And U.S. has one of the highest ratings of fatality police encounters among developed nations. Approximately 1,000 people are fatally shot by police officers yearly. Black Americans are 2.5% more likely than white Americans to be killed by police. We're just talking facts here, and it is what it is. It's some shit we need to work on. This is how that happens, what we just seen. This is how this happens. The Washington Post, mapping police violence. This is where the source comes from, the Washington Post. Number 4. 80% of U.S. police officers are white, often patrolling racially diverse areas where they may not reside. Recruiting officers from the suburbs, areas creating a cultural disconnect. I've said this before. I've said it once before. You go hiring all these officers from the suburbs and you bring them into the inner city, and they don't know that black people just going to be talking loud and blah, blah, blah. They ain't going to bust a grape in the fruit fight. All this other stuff. We just wah, 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 wah. And it's a culture shock when they see it. And the first thing they relate to is a fucking gun. Period, point blank. Is they relate to a fucking gun. All right? Because they're scared to death or whatever. And you got some officers out there that's really good though too. You got officers out there that come from the suburbs that's really dialed down and really got a tuned ear to the inner city also. But for the most part, that's what you're going to get when you hire people from the suburbs who've never been around other cultures, who've never been around any hot situations or anything like that, damn near ever been in a damn fight. All right? And this is what you're going to get. Research shows that suburban officers may feel out of place, what I just said, affecting interactions in diverse urban communities. And that's what we just talked about. So that is part of background in recruiting also. So, but when you have other officers who are from the suburbs recruiting other officers, I mean, really, who do you think they're going to lean to? More officers from the suburbs, right? They see themselves in them. That's why it's so important that police departments are being integrated and diverse. What did Lucy say? My girl Lucy said, what? She said, I'd be in jail for fighting. For my what? For my virginity. Oh, shoot. I see it. Yeah, I'd be in jail for fighting for my virginity. If that was reversed and say I shot at the officer, my cute ass would be in jail. You damn right. Don't make a difference how you look. That ass will be in jail. And you be in there fighting for that thing because they're going to come after it, Lucy. They're going to come after it. Believe me. Okay, number 5. That's my girl producer, Lucy. She gets with me every time on the show. I love her. She's a good friend of the show. Okay. All right, here we go. Culture sensitivity and bias in policing. Lack of culture sensitivity contribute to misunderstanding and escalations. Implicit bias training varies widely and can have a limited impact without reinforcement. Bias can be deeply integrated and require systematic changes to address. So this is what we're talking about. It is so important to have a police department that looks like the people that we're serving and protecting. It doesn't have to be all black. It doesn't have to be all white, but it has to have a diverse group. I've went to people's doors, knocked on their doors, and I've had white people come to the doors and say, I ain't talking to your nigger ass. And I said, guess what? Your ass is just out of luck because this is what you got right now. So you going to talk to me or you ain't going to talk to nobody? Because we could just as easily get back in these little things that we call patrol cars and drive the hell away. Well, I want a white officer. Well, you know what? People in hell want ice water. You ain't getting it. You going to get what you got right here. Period, point blank. You can talk to me or you can talk to nobody. They end up talking to me. And most of the time, I probably end up locking them up. But it's always for the right reason, though. Number 6, let's see here. Lucy funny as hell. I don't know what y'all talking about. Lucy funny as hell. I love Lucy. That's my girl. Okay, slide 6. Fear and mistrust of communities of colors. Now, this is, okay, here we go. Officers recruited from outside the communities may feel a heightened fear response in unfamiliar and urban settings. Fear-based responses can escalate to interactions leading to unnecessary use of forces. What the fuck did we just see? This is what we just seen. Now, of course, I don't know this officer's background, if he's from the inner city, suburbs, whatever, but clearly, if I had to take a guess, I'd say he's probably from the suburbs because I don't know too many officers that do stupid shit like that. I'm sorry, it's just stupid shit. I just don't know. I've been around a lot of officers. I've been around policing all my life. And the guys that I know, they're solid guys, white guys, black guys, Spanish guys, whatever. They're great guys. They're out there just trying to do the fucking job. And women too. They're out there just trying to do the fucking job. They're not out there saying, I think I want to go out here and shoot an unarmed black. Nobody's saying that shit now. It's 2024. You got cameras all over the place. When you do something like that, you're going to get raked over the fucking coals. Nobody's saying that shit no more. 7. Now this is interesting here. Police training, use of force and de-escalation. I thought this was interesting that the producers put this in here. U.S. training often emphasizes worst case scenarios over de-escalation. Okay? Worst case scenarios. This is important that you follow me. Thank you. Worst case scenarios over de-escalation. De-escalation training, common in the UK, in Japan, correlates with lower police shooting rates. The U.S. lacks in standardizing this training. Comparison U.S. chart showing police training in the U.S. versus the. So basically, Japan and the U.S. correlates more with de-escalation than worst case scenario, and they have lower shooting rates than the U.S., who always concentrates on worst case scenarios over de-escalation with higher shootings. Do you see the thing there? I'm innocent. Number 8, hiring practices and community police models. Recruiting locally or promoting community policing models can reduce confrontational encounters, because we know as blacks or people in the city, stuff like that, we already know this motherfucker ain't gonna bust a grape in a fruit fly. He just talking shit. Matter of fact, I said 100 times, get back in your cars and let's just go. This motherfucker just want to fight. Let's go. You'll be fighting with yourself, right? I said, get back in your cars. Let's go. You know, on the times when we can do that shit, I'd be like, because this motherfucker just want to fight. That's all. You just want someone to argue with. I'm not going to even give you. We ain't going to be here for you to even give that to you. All right. So you got to have enough panache to know when to do that. Some people just want to fucking argue and fight. All right. Cities with community-based policing have seen a reduction in use of forces and improved trust. So communities with community-based policing, officers going out, getting to know the neighbors, getting to know the businesses, who belongs where, stuff like that, has seen a lower reduction in the use of forces, because you know what? I know that's just Jerry over there. He's not no burglar breaking in. Jerry's just waiting for the bus because he's just got off work from the pizzeria, and Jerry's just waiting on the bus. He's not doing anything. He's just whatever. Right? So when you get to know your community and you get to know the people in your community and stuff like that, you got that. You know what you know. And it's just that simple. When you don't know what you don't know. So you're going to go over there, you're going to harass Jerry. Jerry's going to be like, what the fuck you over here harassing me for? I'm just getting off a fucking 12-hour day at pizzeria, blah, 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 blah. And then the officer will be like, you don't talk to me that way. I'm the police. And then here you know it. Let me see your ID. I'm not showing you shit. And then the officer goes to grab him, and Jerry starts to tussle. And before you know it, here comes the gun out. Pop. Come on. So community-based policing is very, very, very fucking important. My regards to Jerry. Mine too. All right. Very, very important. You got to know the people in your community. Number 9. So mandated culture sensitivity and de-escalation training nationwide. I do believe that is very important. When I was around when body cameras first came out, and I remember the officers being pissed off that we had to wear body cameras. And I try to act it all out. I've seen it a million times. And they were pissed off that we had to wear body cameras. And I told my troops that I was over, my team that I was over, I said, listen, if we have to shoot someone, then we just have to shoot them. If it's on camera, then it's on camera. If we have to mess someone up or fuck someone up, you just got to do that. As long as you're legally justified, ability, opportunity, and jeopardy, and you're able to articulate it on your report of why you had to do what you had to do, the law covers us. Department policy and procedures cover us when we have to do these unthinkable and unconscionable things. That's part of the job of law enforcement. Where we get in trouble at, hear me clearly, where we get in trouble at is when we get this guy to jail and he's got two big swollen eyes, a busted lip, and missing all of his front teeth. And they go, what the fuck happened to this guy? And you go, I don't know, nothing. That's where we get in trouble at. For lying, for trying to cover stuff up because you think you're going to get in trouble. So when I said, when the body cameras come out, I said, well, hell, body cameras ain't going to hurt, or it will help. And it has helped me on several different occasions where people have accused me of doing things, and they go back and watch the body camera and they say, he didn't do that. You're full of shit. All right. It's the body camera has never, since they've been out, hurt me. Because I'm going to talk the same way to a citizen as if the body camera was on, or if the body camera was, we never had body cameras. So it's really simple to me. I just keep it above the line. If you got to be slammed down and ruffled to the ground and scrubbed up and shit like that, then that's just on fucking you. All right. But if that's not what the case calls for, you'll never get that from me or my team. All right. So it's just, everybody asks me all the time, what makes a good cop? What makes a good cop, Daryl? 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 Right? And I say this a million times. You just have to be what makes a good cop is you have to be a good person first. And then we could teach you how to be a good cop. But first, you have to be a good person. That means doing what's right when you don't think nobody's looking. And that's what makes a good cop. Yeah, he pissed you off. Yeah, he called you all types of pigs and niggas and this and that and this and that and this and that. And yes, you're pissed off. And yeah, you want to go over there and snatch a knot in his ass. But you know what? You can't. So you don't. Get in your car. When someone tells you to go fuck off, well, do exactly what they say. Go fuck off and keep your job. If you don't have any probable cause to walk up and talk to someone, and if you do try to and they tell you to fuck off, then go fuck off. This is the best I can tell you. If you don't have any legal right to do it, then don't do it. That's where we get in trouble at. That's where we get in trouble at as officers. Requires body cameras proven to reduce incidents and increase transparency. Promote local recruitment to improve familiarity with trust in the community. We talked about the body cameras. We talked about all of that good stuff. All right. Number 10. The persistence of police shootings involved is a complex factor. Training gaps, demographics mismatches, and cultural awareness are big issues. Addressing these issues require a systematic reform to build trust and safety in a diverse community. Because ain't none of us going nowhere. You're going to have black people, you're going to have white people, ain't none of us going nowhere. So we're going to have to just learn to live, to get along together in this thing called USA. So stop it. Ain't nobody going, ain't slavery, ain't coming, none of that shit coming back. All right? So we're just going to have to learn to get together and to live together in this thing called the US of A. Period, point blank. So right now we're going to take our last station identification, man. I'm so glad that you guys joined in. You guys stay with us. We're going to be right back after this quick station identification.
With over 50 years of experience and a perfected 100% American-made manufacturing process, Tallman Pool sets the standard for excellence in fiberglass pools, spas, and tanning ledges. That's right, our pools aren't just pools, they're works of art. Meticulously crafted to bring beauty, relaxation, and endless enjoyment to your backyard. And when it comes to quality, Tallman Pools doesn't cut corners. Ready to take the plunge? Contact Tallman Pools today at 770-478-2257 or shoot us an email at contactus@tallmanpools.com. Visit us at 8993 Tara Boulevard, Jonesboro, Georgia 30236. Tallman Pools, where luxury meets craftsmanship.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. I want to thank you guys for tuning in to the show today. We have come to an end of the Ask a Cop show once again. And, this show could not be done without our sponsors and the Cash Apps and things of that you guys send in and donate to us. And right now, we'll put the Cash App sign up. And I want to say sincerely that it takes money to do this show. And although we do have sponsors and stuff like that, we appreciate any Cash App donations that you guys give to the show and support the show. Whether it's $1, whether it's $1,000 or whatever, we appreciate it. It goes right towards the show here to for our producers to do work, to be able to do research and all this other stuff. None of this stuff free. Airing this stuff on these platforms are not free. We pay a monthly cost for that and all that other good stuff. So believe me when I tell you, it does have a price tag to go along with it. And we appreciate any and all donations that you guys can muster up to us, whether it's even buying a t-shirt, right? We don't get very much off the t-shirts, but we appreciate you because you're out there promoting and supporting the brand of the Ask a Cop brand. And the only thing we need is just one or two people to say, hey, what is this Ask a Cop thing? And then they come to the show and they support the show and stuff like that. So again, my name is Daryl Triplett, and I'm the host of the Ask a Cop show here. And I really want to say thank you very much for tuning in and staying tuned in with me and engaging with us and making sure that our community, our children, know how to act when they are around the police, and our police know how to act in the community. This is the whole purpose for the show, people. Right? Until next Thursday at 8 o'clock. I want you to love yourself and be kind to your community and to your neighbors and your spouses and everybody else out there. Take a minute and breathe. It's going to be all right with this election. Trust me. Till next Thursday, my name is Daryl Triplett, Ask a Cop Show. I'll see you then. Peace out. Hey, show's not over with yet. No, really, for real. Thursday, 8 o'clock. Don't be late. And buy some merch, you cheaps.